Hello, how y'all doing out there? It's a beautiful Tuesday. We're reaching you right here from Milwaukee in our studio at our office. My name is Joseph Nantomah and I have Kim Nak here. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful.
It's an amazing day. Every day that I say you are 6 feet out of the ground, it's an amazing day.
That's right. That's right.
So welcome to the show. As you know, my name is Joseph Nantomah. I'm the number one mindset coach in the United States. And we are here again, Well Flow Show, where we just come around and in the next 1 hour, we're going to be showing you how to make the fugu. You're going to teach you how to build wealth, how to take your money from where you are to where you want to be. And we've been doing this every Tuesday. Talk about consistency and frequency.
Yeah, we're almost at a year, I think, of having your show, aren't we?
Yeah.
2 more months and we'll be at a full year.
Over a year.
That's
I think it's over a year. We started,
I think it is over.
It's over a year now. So, we've been doing this, and that is what success is all about. I tell people, you can go to all the school in the world. I'm not against schooling. You can be eloquent as much as you want. I'm not against eloquence. But if you're not consistent and frequent with what you're doing, success is not going to come.
Fall in your lap.
It doesn't just fall on your lap. You got to be out there pushing and pushing. I learned how to be consistent when I heard a story from one of my uncle. He told me, he said, when you want to break a rock and you have a hammer and you keep hitting that rock, he said, you're not going to see anything from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why? And I was looking like a dumb. And he said, when you keep hitting a rock, what happens is it starts breaking from the inside.
That's so smart.
I know.
It's
So
smart.
some people keep hitting that rock, and maybe it's just 3 more times for you to bang the rock and it's going to chatter. And rock could be having success, closing a deal, making money, going to the next level, starting a new career, and so much more for different people, different stuff. And just when you're about to give it the last hit, and you're like, oh no, I'm tired. I'm not going to show up today. I've been doing this for a long time. It's not working. And some people just walk away. Isn't that
Worst
sad?
time. All the work that they put in, gone.
Yeah. So success is truly you just showing up every single day, irrespective of whether you're seeing results or not. I remember when we started the show, we didn't even have up to like 5-10 people watching. Nobody knew about it, but we kept on doing what we're doing. Just keep, getting the show. We just kept talking at the point we were even having guests to bring. We just stay and we're talking. I mean, it was me before you came on board.
That's
and
right.
We just kept talking. And now we're interviewing some of the most brilliant minds in the world.
I love that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Today we have somebody that's amazing, somebody who is a Amazon. The person, I don't want to give it out. The person has killed business. Like she came in an industry where most people, I said I gave it out anyway.
Busted.
Right now it's just a challenging time to live in America with all these he, ha, him, ha, 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 hoo, ha. Like, just keep it. It's crazy, but it's another day. We're here. We're ready to go. It's been amazing last 3 months. I am excited because every time I make money and I'm helping people, I'm freaking excited.
I love it. I like that second part of the sentence. And I'm helping people.
Of course.
Yes.
I love helping
Yes.
people,
Not everyone wants to do that.
Yeah, but that is where they miss it. For me, success is truly being fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to get fulfilled, it comes with 2 things. It comes with giving and it comes with providing for others.
Absolutely.
I don't want to go into some what they call a relationship coaching or whatever. But when you're a man, and I'm not talking, there's a difference between a man and a male. Oh my God. I can teach that for another 10 days. But when you're a man, what makes you fulfilled as a man is when you give to others.
Yeah.
A man goes out there and work his ass out, make the money. Then you come, you give to somebody you care about, you give to people around you. It makes you feel like a man. It's not just putting on pants. People don't get it. It's not just having bears on your face, facial, and you say, I'm a man. No. When you're a man, there's something, that's why when you have children, you don't want your children to ask you twice. The moment like, I'm hungry, you're jumping all over the place, trying to fix something for them. Because that's what men do. Men are providers. And when you do that, it just makes you feel confident and you're walking and your shoulder is squared. And and I understand there are certain people that don't have the opportunity to give. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people. You see, that is what I love about this show. It's going another it's going another route entirely. This is not even scripted, right?
No.
And there are people that, out there, they're just there. They have the means to provide, but they don't want to do it. And it's just so sad when people live like that. But that's not why we're here. Hey, audience, thank you for coming. Just let me know where you're joining us from. I don't want to become a pastor today. No, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to teach you wealth flow. So tell us what we're having in the next few days.
I want to encourage again everyone comment in the chat. We want to hear where you're coming from, because starting on Thursday, we are doing our nationwide tour across the United States.
Oh, yeah.
On Thursday, we will be in Indianapolis, Indiana, mentoring some people. Tickets are still available.
And it's free.
It's free.
You're not paying a dime. All you got to do is show up. Very important.
Just show up. If you don't show up, I don't want to hear that you're from a different part of Indiana.
Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada.
Show up. Indiana's a long state to drive through. I just drove through it for my birthday. Yes, I just drove through.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I ordered your gift from Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. From space. So when it gets here, I'll give it to you.
Oh. Then on Friday, we're going to our friends in Cincinnati.
Ohio.
We're going to Ohio, and we are going to do the same thing there. Another free event. Super, super, super excited to go to Indiana and Ohio. Then next week, we're going to Minneapolis.
You're scaring me. Can we just do this week alone?
You can't be scared.
It's so much.
You can't be scared.
No, I'm not saying I'm scared. You're trying to scare me. It's 30 cities in 6 months.
Yep.
And I am ready. I'm ready mentally. I'm ready physically. I've gone to see my doctor. I've taken all the juice that I need.
Yes.
I am boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
You're planning your
all you got to do
weeks.
is show up. It's a free event. People say, oh, I don't have the time to go to Wisconsin. Now I am coming to your doorsteps. I'm coming to a city near you. I'm going to be there teaching you what I know. And one thing about me, like I posted this morning, I overpromise and I overdeliver.
Always.
I'm not part of oh, no, I want to keep it simple. No, I'm going to overpromise you. Let me tell you, if you come and you learn all the things I'm going to teach you and you take action, you're going to be rich in 2023. It's just about you showing up, because you see, success is 80% showing up.
Mm-hmm.
When you show up, you give yourself the opportunity to actually hear the things, that. And let me tell you something great. This just came out. What makes a man great are the things he hears and the things he does.
What about the things he implements?
That's does.
Yeah.
Implementation.
Does. I thought you said no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm African.
I know. I got you.
So the things you implement, the things you hear. Let me give you an example. When somebody wins an election, let's say there's an election in the United States. When an election is carried out and somebody becomes the president-elect, he is not the president until somebody declares him the president. Ladies and gentlemen, your president of the United States, not the Black Mentor anyway, but from that moment is when he becomes. Somebody has to declare, somebody has to say something over you before you can walk into your greatness. So it's the same thing. When you want to get information, when you want to get wealthy, you want to be rich, you need to make yourself available for words. You need to make yourself available. Like I said, I want to start preaching, but the good book says, my people perish for the lack of money. Is that what it says? No, it says my people perish for lack of information, of knowledge. So whenever you want to make money, the first thing you want to go for is knowledge first. You don't want to just go and start looking for money. So, but that's not why we're here. So what we're telling you is Thursday, Friday, we are going to be out there. I'm going to be there live and direct. You got to show up. Show up. Come over there. It's free of charge. It's a 2-3 hours event. It's not going to be a long thing. 12 o'clock till 2-3 o'clock. During lunch, come in there. 30 minutes. There's going to be food. There's going to be drink. There's going to be cocktail. You're going to shake my hands. I'm going to talk to you one-on-one.
Absolutely.
Ask me questions. Book an appointment. Do whatever you want to do. Just show up.
Absolutely. And if you don't show up for the free, you can't take action.
Yeah, if you don't show up for the free, the next time you come around and I tell you got to pay $5,000 to talk to me. There was somebody that was chatting me the other day, kept on bugging my phone. I want to talk to you, ignoring me. I'm like, this person doesn't even know what I'm. So you know what I did? I just sent them the link. You
There
want
you
to
go.
talk to me? Here's the link. Book it. It's $500 for 30 minutes.
There you go.
And the person goes, whoa, I didn't know I have to pay $500. I'm like, really? How do you think I became a multi-millionaire? Sitting down, just talking to people for free? No, you got to pay for consultation.
Absolutely.
You know, all these guys that we're talking about, we're meeting, having meetings, you think it's free? It's not free. You got to pay for information. You know, and the next thing the person backed out. I'm like, okay, now you're giving up. I thought you were bugging my phone that you want to talk to me. You know why? Because people are not willing to pay the price
That's right.
to become successful. They want everything to be given to them for free. And when
If they
people
don't pay the price, do you think they're really going to take the action anyways?
Yeah,
if
that's
you
the
give
problem.
them the information,
No,
they're not
when
going to
people
take the
don't
action.
pay, they don't pay attention.
That's right.
Even
They
if they
don't
sit down there, you see them falling asleep. When somebody pays you $500 and they come on my Zoom, they are not blinking. You see them, they come
Right.
with intentionality. They come
Absolutely.
with their pen and their paper and they're taking notes. Every single thing I'm saying. You know why? Because they've paid for it.
Absolutely.
But when they come and it's free, that's when the child is crying. That's when something is making noise. The phone is ringing. They're cooking in their kitchen. They get distracted. But when you pay for something that you know is valuable, you put value on it.
Absolutely.
And you got to give it attention. So show up, and on the 30th of March,
Here comes boot camp.
this morning, our billboards went all over the city. Was it this morning or yesterday morning?
I believe it was Monday.
It was Monday.
Yep,
So yesterday morning, our billboard, I was just driving like, hey, look at that celebrate. Everybody was seeing my face every single place. They're like, we are ready. 30th to the 1st of April, we're going to be here in the office, right there in the coaching hall or training room. And we're going to be having the boot camp. It's the Wet Flow boot camp. You can see
Here
all the
we go.
manuals. Every
There
single
we
thing is
go.
ready. We are ready for you. You know, everything is branded. You're going to be here. And you know what's amazing? Right in the middle of all that, we threw in this multi-millionaire. You know, this guy has made over $1 billion. You know, he has companies all over the world. JT Fox, my guy, is going to be here flying in all the way from Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
If somebody's flying all the way from Australia to come teach you and he's made millions of dollars doing business, and you are living somewhere in the United States or close to the United States and you're still giving excuses, I don't know what else you're looking for. Like, are we going to come to your house and knock on your door and say, hey, this is the guy that's going to show you how to make money? You got to make a move. So get out there, go on my website, www.josephnantomah.com/event, and sign up for that event. It's going to be coming up in a few days, and I am ready. And I'm bringing all, can you put that other picture? Look at all the rock stars that I'm bringing. I'm having Kim. Kim is the #1 marketing person in Milwaukee, period. She's going to be here helping you to set up your marketing. You know, I always go for the best. When I found Kim, let me tell you the truth, I had to steal her from another company. Literally, I stole her. I'm like, girl, can I pay you more than what they're paying you on the other side so you can come? And guess what? When I started building that relationship, now she's on my show.
Right?
I don't pay her for the show, though.
Right. No.
This is her catching fun, you know? But #1 marketing person in Milwaukee, right here. You can see JT Fox right there in the middle. My humble self. I'm going to be teaching you mindset, telling you how you can build wealth. I have Steve Eck. Steve Eck is coming all the way. That's this guy right here. He's coming all the way from Chicago, the no BS coach. By the time he's done with you, you're going to be so solid, strong. You go back, people will think you become something else, you know. I have, what's the name of the lady we interviewed the other day? Brigitta, all the way from Atlanta.
Is it? Yeah, that or Texas. Okay.
Atlanta. She's flying in all the way from Atlanta. She's going to be teaching you how to communicate. Communication, great communication gives you great money.
Oh, she had us quiet.
Oh my God. Last week I couldn't say anything. I regretted bringing her to the show. I was like, who is this lady? For the first time, she took over my show. I couldn't say nothing. You know?
She was fabulous.
And of course, my wife is going to be there, you know, helping you to become inspired. And we have a team, you know, 6 powerful people right here. There's no dull moment. We're going to teach you marketing, sales, how to structure your business, how to build wealth. We're going to teach you real estate. You're going to have a tour.
We're doing the tour.
We're doing the tour.
Yeah, you get to see, touch, feel,
You're going to
smell.
see me in action closing deals. You know, when I tell people, hey, I just made $500,000, they're rolling their eyes. How does he do it? You're going to see me live and direct. Walking into the houses, closing the transaction, showing you how I'm making the fugu. No coach does this. I can tell you in the United States, when you go for boot camp, they don't take you for a tour. Yours truly, I'm the first person to do that. I put you in a beautiful van. There's drinks, there's air condition, and I take you around the entire city. Hopefully it doesn't snow. Oh my God. Hopefully
It's not going to snow.
It's not going to snow, right?
It's not going to snow.
And I'm going to take you all over the city, and you will see us close at least 4 deals.
Yes.
You know? And by the time you do that, what it does to you is it builds your confidence.
Absolutely.
Like, if this guy can do it, I'm not even 6 foot. I'm 5'8". Like, I'm always the smallest guy in the room, but I got the fugu.
That's
you
right.
know? So you're gonna go out there, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Kim is gonna be helping you set up your marketing. There's somebody that is not on this flyer. Guess who is that?
Who is that?
Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the flyers already filled. Mike is gonna show you how to set up and structure your business properly. Set up your business properly. How do you set it up? How do you make money? How do you use debt to build wealth? It's just amazing. Like, it's amazing the things you can get when you take action. I'm not here to sell you or to market to you. I'm just telling you what you can get. So show up, show up, show up. And that day is 30th of March to the 1st. Now, if you don't want to come to the whole thing, you don't want to come 30th, 31st, and the 1st. You can come only on the 31st if you want to meet JT, folks. Because that day, JT is going to be flying in all the way from Sydney. He's going to be here the whole day. And we're planning to have a 5-star dinner.
Yep.
We're going to have dinner with him. You're going to meet this guy. This guy is a highly sought after guy. Let me move back so they can see what I'm talking about. Highly sought after guy. He's made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I am just blessed that he's part of my life.
That's another thing that you're doing as a coach that I don't think anyone else has done, is bring their mentor to mentor who
a lot of
mentoring.
people hide their mentors.
Yes.
Like, people don't want to show you who is making them make money. This show, we don't have scripts. Unfortunately, we don't have scripts. We're just going to say it the way it is. People hide who helps them to make money. We don't do that here. I share information freely. I give out value freely. I give out money freely, and I share. And I share my mentor. So when I told JT, hey, this is what I'm doing, he's like, dude, I'm coming. Let's kick
go.
ass. And he's never been to Milwaukee before.
That's wonderful.
Imagine a guy living in America like 40 years of his life. He never knew the guy who's going to bring him to Milwaukee is some dude who's going to fly in from Africa in 2016.
Right.
And bring him to Milwaukee. He's never come here. So get out there, do what you got to do.
You never know. He could fall in love like you did, and this could be his place.
He doesn't like the snow.
No.
So we're going to be having that. And the big one.
This is all in preparation for our upcoming AAWC tour, which is happening.
America Wealth Conference. Happening in September
29th to October 1st.
Correct.
And the list of people continues to grow.
Yes.
Of our speakers.
You know what this is? This is what they call relationships.
Yes.
When you build relationships, one of the greatest thing that I did, I was talking to one of the speakers yesterday. I said, yes, it's going to be a great event, but you know what this taught me? One of the things this has taught me is relationship matters.
Yes.
Every single person that I called was like, yeah, Joseph, for you, Joseph, I will fly to the moon and have a conference for you. People are coming from Australia. And what's her name? Like, we're not making this up.
Sissy's coming from Australia. Linda's coming from
Dr.
Africa.
Alec is coming from New York. Senator Murray Bruce is coming all the way from Africa.
Linda.
I'm in Milwaukee. Linda Cage is coming all the way from Nigeria. Betty Rabor is coming all the way from Africa, Nigeria. Michelle McLean, former Miss Universe, is coming all the way from East Africa.
Look, we get to see Brigitte.
Brigitte is coming all the way from Atlanta. Amy sold her business for $2 billion. Like, if you hear this lady's story, you're going to be like, what? You're going to wake up, like, for real. She sold her business for $2 billion. I'm not trying to say million. With a B. $1 billion. And I have Jen. Oh my God, Jen is going to rock your world. Jen is among the top 50 women speakers in the world. Top 50. So, and we have more people that are coming up. Yesterday I had some discussions with more people that are coming up. It's gonna be sold out. It's gonna be an experience. It's gonna be beautiful. Now, I have not said this anywhere, and it's not even on the website. But
Do I even know?
you don't even know
See?
this. You know, the power of yes. Thank you. If you get the VIP, no, not the VIP. Then delete,
Back up.
delete,
Back up.
If you get the gold ticket or the diamond ticket, I am going to give you your hotel for free.
I didn't even know. See?
Yes. So I thought about it. You know, if you get your gold ticket, and I want this to be cut out and put there, producer. If you come to the Africa America Wealth Conference, you go on my website, you sign up and get the gold ticket or the diamond ticket. You don't need to book rooms. For the 2-day event, we're going to give you rooms right in the building. It's a beautiful casino.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm going to give you rooms, and that room alone is what, over $1,000. So I'm going to give you rooms because I thought about it. Why would they come for an event and they're sleeping somewhere else and they're coming in? So I booked for 50 rooms, and I have paid for those 50 rooms. So all my speakers are going to be in Hilton. I'm going to put them either in Waldorf Astoria or the Hilton Conrad. I want them to have fun.
Yeah.
I want to give all my speakers the best. But all the guys who are going to have the event, they're going to be right there in the casino. Mm-hmm. We have booked for 50 rooms. The first 50 people who book for the gold, not the guys who are booking for the normal ticket.
That's right.
The VIP, you don't get that. If they book for gold and...
I'm looking at the link right now.
Yeah,
gold and diamond.
Gold and diamond. I want you to give them rooms. Of course, the diamond room is going to be more exquisite than the gold room. So there you have it. I'm always giving out. I'm that guy who always gives out. So let us know where you're joining us from. It's going to be amazing. We're here. We're traveling all over the United States, creating awareness for the event, and we're here to help you grow. It's all about helping you grow. You know, I had people who helped me, and I want to help you. Got anything you want to say before we go on break?
No, thank you so much. You just powered me right up.
I just powered you right
sure
up.
Did.
Give
I'm
you more
ready
incentive now.
I'm ready to go.
Let's do this.
Boom,
so
boom,
yeah,
boom.
It's amazing. And you know, right here today, I have one of the speaker at that event. She is a phenomenal woman. You're going to be hearing from her in a few minutes. We're going to be talking about how your mental health affects your success.
Oof. That's going to get deep.
This is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And she's going to tell a little bit about herself when we come back and tell us how she's used mental health coaching and training to help a lot of people to build business. And we're going to do this. And if the producer is ready, let's go on a short break and we will be back.
So the very first part of what I'm going to talk about is getting yourself set up so that you are titanium, absolutely legal, problem-proof in starting your business. Okay, so here's you. You are the most important asset you have. Without you, you don't have a lot. And then there's your stuff, the stuff that keeps you safe and warm. So you want you and your stuff separated from your business. So goals in forming a business are asset protection. Asset protection is always number one. It doesn't matter what else you do. Well, I could have an S-Corp, and I could say, no, we don't care. We care about asset protection. It's the only thing that's really going to matter.
There you go. That was just a snippet of the training.
That's Mike.
That's the guy that's actually
Mike.
Not on the flyer. I don't know why you guys did that. Don't do that to Mike. So Mike is one of my consultants.
He blames me.
He blames you. Yeah, I'm going to blame you. Nobody blames the Black Mentor. Everything is on you.
That's right.
I pay you to take all the troubles. So Mike is going to be here teaching you how to set up your business, how to protect your assets. Very important. You know, it's not just about running businesses. It's about protecting your assets. It's about knowing what you have. It's not what you have, it's what you keep.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a whole thing. But, you know, there's going to be a time and a place for that. But go ahead and sign up for that class. And right now, I want to bring up one of the speakers for the AAWC event. She's an amazing person. She rocks Africa, has rocked the entire world with her speaking event. She owns a business in publishing. She was the first lady, I believe, in Africa to come up with our own magazine, or maybe in West Africa. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Came up with our own magazine called Genevieve. And in Africa, the publishing business is pretty much dominated by men.
Yes.
And when this woman came in, she shook the foundation of the whole thing, you know. And it's always good to be a disruptor, you know, when you come in a space where people think, oh, it's a certain kind of people that are doing it, and you come in there and you shake her entire place. She did that for a while, then became a public speaker. She's spoken all over the world. She's a keynote speaker, and she's helping a lot of people in the mental health space to build their businesses. And I felt, you know, this is one area that most people do not talk about. You know, it's very, very stressful when you're running a business. You know, sometimes I try, and I'm not going to be sitting here pretending, I try not to snap. Like, you know, you got to keep it together. You got to try. And sometimes you meet very difficult people. You keep smiling. I'm gonna break your neck.
Right?
But
Veins are popping out everywhere.
Yeah, but you know, but you're smiling. You're still doing like, dude, get out of my front. Yeah. So it's all mental health. You got to keep the posture. You got to keep going, and especially when you start making a lot of money, you want to be careful so you don't get sued. You know, over little anger issues. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? This is somebody that is very, very precious to bring into the African American Wealth Conference, because a lot of people are crazy walking around. I'm telling you the truth.
You're not wrong.
Until they manifest it. And today, I just wanted her to give us a little bit, you know, of that taste of what we're going to be learning when we go for the Wealth Flow, the African American Wealth Conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Betty Irabo. Hello.
Hello, Betty.
You're looking so fly.
Sending you the positive
You're looking
energy.
so cool. How you
She
doing?
gave us a little shake. I
know,
love
right?
it.
Amazing. How you doing today?
Hello. Hello from Nigeria.
There you go.
Hi.
How you doing? You look like you're in Hollywood.
I'm fantastic.
You look like you're in Hollywood.
I feel good. I am.
Okay.
You create your own Hollywood.
By the way,
is in Hollywood.
Create your own Hollywood.
Thank you for joining.
Hi,
I know it's pretty
thank you for having me.
I know it's pretty late over there.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for joining us and
Yeah.
honoring us. You see, that's what successful people do.
Absolutely.
They always show up. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank
let's
you
go on.
so much. Betty, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your business? Give us a little background why we're so excited to have you today.
Okay, so I am one of the earliest publishers of a lifestyle magazine in West Africa. The magazine, I went into publishing on a whim when I turned 46. I felt I was making money, but I wasn't making impact. And for me, success isn't about the money you make, it's about the impact that you make. Success for me is about influence, it's about inspiring people and impact. So I felt I was making a lot of money doing marketing communications for several a lot of multinationals. But I just thought at 46, you know what do I want to be remembered for? Not my wealth, not my money. Let me go into publishing. And I felt I had all the passion, and I felt passion was enough, was all that I needed. Well, later I found that no, passion is one of the things you need, but it's not everything. So yes, I'm the founder of Genevieve magazine, which I started at the age of 46 with midlife crisis looming. But I went in, and some of the first things that hit me when I went in was the fact that the voices I kept hearing kept saying to me, publishing is not for a woman. Why do you want to go into publishing? It's not for women, you know. And then, of course, my age was also a kind of bias. People said to me, why didn't you do this when you were into publishing? But I decided, you know what? I want to be known for something. And I think it's very important for people to be able to say for themselves, yes, I might have riches, but because at the end of the day, riches will come and go, but wealth is everlasting. It will always be there. People will remember you. It's a legacy. So yes, I went into publishing, and about 5 years ago, I was able to hand over to my daughter, Sonia. So she is the editor of Genevieve for now. And while I was publishing Genevieve, I came down with depression because I was battling too many forces. I was working on shoestring budget for a global magazine. I was operating with local funds in a global terrain. I couldn't compete. I couldn't meet up. And then, of course, I wasn't able to hire the best because then again, finances, free funding, and so many other things. So it started affecting my mental health. Back home in Nigeria, mental health was nothing that people spoke about. Many people didn't even know they had mental illness or mental health challenges. People just kind of winged it like it's okay. As long as you're moving, you just think that everything is okay, until I was totally grounded. I totally lost focus. I had a complete meltdown. Sometimes, we think when people say they had a meltdown or they had depression, we don't really get it. And I didn't get it until it affected me, where I was completely jaded. I didn't know where I was. And that was the beginning of my battle with depression, which lasted 10 years. Coming out of depression, I decided I was going to do something with that experience. Very important that we do something with situations that people see as very negative. Depression was for me it was for me something that took away my esteem, took away my confidence. But coming out of it, I found that one of the biggest lessons, one of the biggest things that happened to me coming out of depression was I found strength to be able to share my story with the world. And writing my book, also, strange as it was, gave me a different area of my life that I never knew I was good at. Going around sharing my experiences, going around becoming a keynote speaker. When I was at Genevieve, I couldn't get any role as a keynote speaker. I had no story. But coming out of Genevieve, coming out of depression and finding my feet and having clarity and having a discerning mind, I published my book, and the book is doing very well. And it gave me a voice. It gave me a different personal identity. So I have managed to position myself as a global keynote speaker. I've spoken in several organizations and communities here and outside of Africa. So that's what I do mainly now. And I also mentor people who are going through what I have been through. So, well, out of adversity came something good. And I'm in a good place. I'm stronger and I show up for me. I'm very much into self-care and well-being. I've also set up a community for well-being and self-care. So basically, turning 66 next week, I just feel I've gone full circle, and I like where I am now, ready to take on the world. I'm no longer that insecure woman I used to be. I really used to feel so insecure in spite of everything I had achieved. That happens to some of the strongest women. We see a lot of women, we think they're strong, but everybody has one battle or the other that they're going through. And that's why it's very important that we should care more. We should be kind.
Can you hear
we
me?
should show care to people. Yes.
Yup,
Can you hear me?
yup. If we want to go into your background, because you've done so much, we're going to spend 50 minutes just alone. But I don't want you to give everything out today because you're still going to be at the event, you know?
Yes.
So
That's
but
right.
we want to pick out some very important areas, you know. You know, when you were talking, I always tell people, when people meet me, they're like, oh, what qualifies you to be my mentor? What qualifies you to be the one to coach me? You're just a young chap. I'm just 46, exactly where you were when you started Genevieve, you know, about 20 years ago or something like that. And they ask me, you know, hey, what qualifies you? And I tell them my mess is my message.
It has become a message.
Would you say you fall into that category of people who believe that, you know, when you're going through challenges, it's always good to face it head on? Or you want to tell people, you know, the people tell people when you're facing challenges, just give up, you know? What category, what kind of advice do you have for people who are going through challenges? Is that challenge preparing them for where they are, or what do you have to say to that?
I think it's very important that we turn our wounds to wealth. We turn our wounds to testimonies, and that it's very important that we do not give up. Every day of my life going through depression, I didn't show up for any event. I didn't show up for me. But it's very important coming out of that. Every day I show up, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what I'm feeling. So it's very important that people take whatever they're going through as life lessons. I think one of the worst things that can happen to anyone is for them not to be able, for them not to have been able to learn from their downtimes. I learned a lot and it strengthened me. Of course, there were days that I didn't feel like doing anything. I was like, okay, you know what? Depression, take me away. But I found strength because I knew there was much more for me out of that. The minute I was able to pull myself out, then I could take on the world. And that's the mindset I have now, that I can take on the world. And that person that went through depression is not the person who is speaking to you now.
I have one more question.
Yes,
I know
ahead.
you got a
You
lot.
go
She
ahead.
has
No,
a lot
you're
of
good.
questions.
You're good.
When people go through challenges, you know,
Yeah.
when I'm listening to people, I have developed a skill. I didn't used to be like that. When people
Yeah.
are talking, I listen to what they're not saying.
Yeah.
When you were going through your challenges, you know, you were
Yeah.
somewhere, you were in a dark place, you were trying to get out there. There are people that knew you back then when you were going through that
Yes.
challenge. And now you've come out of that place.
Yeah.
You're a superwoman. You're an Amazon. You're killing it. You have a book. You've told your story.
Yeah.
How do you feel those people who knew when you were down? How do you feel? Do you still feel like they still see you like the person who used to be there? Or have they been able to grow up with you to get to where you are now?
That's a great question.
People cannot reconcile the Betty they used to know, who was timid, who had issues, low self-esteem, needed self-validation, with this woman that is so self-assured, so confident in herself, and all she wants to go do is continue to break boundaries. I am unstoppable now, and that's not the person that most people know. So my friends said to me that, wow, something happened to you when you were really during your downtime. I said, yes, it made me look at things from different perspectives. Why did I have so many insecurities? I didn't need to have it. It was because I felt, you know, sometimes in life we blame so many things for the things we didn't achieve. I needed to take account of myself, that whatever me, that I have to share part of the blame. And in sharing part of the blame, I realized that, you know what, I don't want to be that person anymore. And I work towards it. That's why I talk to people about the power of intentionality. Everything I do now, I'm intentional about it. I'm not feeling very great tomorrow. Or maybe I wake up, I'm not feeling great. I said to myself, but I am going to complete the task. And I do everything towards that. It's just the power of intentionality, the power of you, the power of yes to yourself, saying you can do this, get up. And yes, I don't procrastinate anymore. I don't need validation. I'm just in a perfect place. And it's the signal we give people that make them judge us or look at us in a certain way. And I realized I gave too many people permission to see me as someone with a lot of insecurities. And as I said, that woman is gone forever. This is a new me. And I'm in a very, very great place. Wanting to travel see the world.
I want to say congratulations to that. Yeah, it's not easy finding yourself because, when people know you in a certain phase of your life, what people don't understand is life is in phases.
Right.
And
that's right.
There's the future. But, the reason why I asked that question, there are people who knew me when I don't want to say I was a nobody, but I was down. I wasn't doing what I was doing. And now they find me where I am. They cannot reconcile the two. They rather have me where I used to be, and I don't want to be there anymore. I want to be where I am right now, killing it and
you're planning your next steps
and killing it and making it happen. So I wanted to know if it was peculiar to me or if it's just something that happens to anybody, to everybody who has become successful. Go ahead.
So one of my questions for you, mental health awareness is very, very tough topic here and I'm sure worldwide, but more people face mental health issues and it's never talked about. So how is it that you're spreading the message? Are you giving people tips during your keynote speaking, or are you just telling your story and giving people the inspiration just from your story? Is there something specific that people could walk away with today and say, you know what, I can do this to even just today make my mental health a little bit better?
Every time I stand on the stage, what I'm selling is my vulnerability and authenticity. And I think a lot of people can relate with when you're vulnerable, when you're speaking your story. So it's not like I am a doctor who studied psychology. I am speaking from the depth of my soul, from what I have experienced. And I find that people find that very relatable. So I'm sharing stories, I'm being vulnerable, I'm telling people truth, and they're staring at me like, wow, where did she get the courage to be so vulnerable and so authentic? So when I stand up there, what I am saying to people is that, look at me, I've been down there, ground zero and below. But look at me now. This could be you as well. If you embrace yourself, that was a season of your life. You can't judge the rest of your life by one season. There are several seasons. So I'm standing there and I'm sharing my story, and it's vulnerable. People are going, wow, she even talks about the suicide ideation. She even talks about when she saw a psychiatrist. These are things that people don't want to talk about because most people are wearing a mask and they rather stay wearing that mask. But I've taken off my mask. This is who I am. This is what I went through. But these things don't define me. I own my story and I elect to share it. So there is nothing to be ashamed of. So I am letting people know that mental illness happens to the best of us. Mm-hmm. Because people look at me and say, but you are accomplished, but on the red carpet, you were slaying it. Yes, that's the nature of the beast that is depression. You look very great, but tomorrow you may have this, all you want is just to end it all. So those are the things I speak to people about. Like, yeah, I've been there, but this is who I am now. And I'm not defined by that anymore. So it's the authenticity and the vulnerability that is the charm.
Amazing. Thank you very much. This is just so wonderful. When people are authentic, you can feel it. And that's what we do here. We don't come here, and I tell people I don't give people to eat something that I don't eat. If I work on something that doesn't work, I'm not going to share it with you. But if I work on something that works, I'm this guy. Hey, let's do this. Look at what happened. Because I'm authentic. I'm not going to come here and talk about. So I want to relate this to building wealth. We talked about building wealth, and on this show, we want to teach people. And while we're on the journey of building wealth, what do you think are the early signs and some of the things that cause people to go into depression? Because we have to watch it, if we're able to detect it early enough, and what are the things we can, what are the signs and what are the things we should do immediately to making sure we don't jump down from the bridge when there is no turning back.
Yeah. So one of the challenges for anyone going through depression is the lack of early diagnosis. When I was going through my stage, most of the doctors said to me, "Oh, it's malaria, it's typhoid." It was everything but depression. But the first thing you will notice with people is that if they used to be very extroverted, suddenly you find that they're very withdrawn. You have to look out for that. People tend to withdraw into a shell when they're going through that phase. I withdrew gradually. I stopped socializing because I felt everybody was looking at me and judging me. And I felt everybody felt I was a fraud, because deep down I knew I wasn't well, and I felt maybe people could see that. So if you find that there's a lot, your socialization skills are hindered. That was one, and then you withdraw. Then secondly, I was very tearful. I cried for no reason. And then insomnia. In my case, it was a big insomnia. So, and I had more sad days than happy days. And I always talked a lot about suicide. So when you find people talk about, they say it in the third person that, oh, I have this friend, she hasn't been sleeping well, she's not with it, and she's feeling suicidal. Automatically, you may not know, but they're probably talking about themselves. So you're not in a good place. You just feel like your life is over. And even people, all the energy that you used to have, like if you say, hey, there's this thing, let's bid for this thing. Or there's this business, there's this company that is asking for bid. You see that there's lack of, and you find that there's less enthusiasm in them. So the light, you just find that there's more darkness, they speak more negative things, they cry more, they hibernate more, they don't eat well, they don't socialize, they just want to be in their rooms. So you begin to look out for that. In my own case, I also started losing weight because I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't eating well. So those are some of the basic signs to look for: the withdrawal, the lack of
Thank you very
interest
much.
in anything. There's no
Thank you very
interest in
much.
anything. Yeah.
So, how do you think we can prevent this? Like when you start seeing these early signs, what do you need to do immediately?
I think one of the things that worked for me was I had to begin to look at life in different perspectives. Some of the things that hit us are for us to build, to know that there are different perspectives about life. Looking back now, I need charge of the things that were not going right with my business. I had no structure, processes were not in place, so money moved freely. I lost a lot of. At that stage, I could have brought in financial advisor to look at the books. Then I was burning my candles at every point. People shouldn't do that, no matter. And there's this thing that people say, "Oh, I survive on 4 hours sleep." It's a flex. So I survive on 5 hours sleep. You need to sleep. Your body needs to sleep. Your body needs to shut down at some point. And you have to have a lot of time for yourself. Self-care is very important. I am very big on self-care and self-love. A lot of people do not love themselves. A lot of people have issues feeling that people can love them more than they love themselves. So we need to look at that. If your business is not doing very well, experts, sometimes you just need more investors. Sometimes you just need to reboot, maybe go back to the drawing board. So most entrepreneurs, that's the problem. The problem, they don't sleep. Their businesses are not going the way they want. And then also, I think when people vision, I think it's very important to be realistic with your vision and your goals. I mean, I'm not sitting here and saying like Joseph, oh, by end of 2023, I want to have $1 million. Do I have the capacity to make that happen? Yes. If no, I have to be very realistic with my dreams and my vision. Don't push yourself too much. And then we should stop this thing about comparing businesses to other people's businesses. I think it's very important that we stay focused and keep the vision real. And at every stage of our lives, we begin to review our businesses and the business model. What can we do differently? Get a mentor, get a coach. And sometimes you need to self-develop. Those are the things I've done since I came out of depression.
Amazing. And I have one more thing I wanted to say before the lovely
Yeah.
Kim here says, ask a question. So I really like the last part you spoke about. You know, the truth of the matter is we're living in a world that is so artificial. People are so fake, you know. My wife and my
Mhm.
kids usually tell me they think I'm the only guy who is real on social media. And the reason why they say that is because I was once upon a time when I was doing my business and I was not making
Mhm.
$20,000 a month or a year.
Yeah.
But you see, I had to grow. I kept on doing what I was doing, and I was still where I am. I mean, and
Mhm.
if you go to my page, there's a young man, I think you might know him, Hero Daniels. He did a documentary where he went to my page.
Yeah.
2018 was when I joined Instagrams during like September 16th
Yeah.
or 18th, something like that. And he saw me how I looked like, how I started my business, and I started growing. And I wasn't hiding anything. I wasn't claiming back then that I was a millionaire. No, what I was saying was that, hey, I have potentials. I want you to work with me.
That's right.
And people started seeing the potential because I kept on being consistent, which we talked about
Consistency.
earlier.
Yep.
And they started saying, I remember, I still remember my first call of
Mhm.
$200,000. I still remember my first call of, I still remember the first $5,000 that I made in real estate. And the problem with a lot of people out there is they don't want to relate with you when you are there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they don't care. They don't want to come to your page. You're not going to get the followership.
Yeah.
So they don't know you until you start making $1 million. In January, we made $1.6 million,
Yep.
right? Now, we didn't just get there, you know, and last year I had to bring Kim. Kim is the number one marketing person in Milwaukee. I had to, like I said, literally steal her from her business and all that and brought her into my business. It was a game plan that I had. You know, we started putting things together. We got I always have issue pronouncing that, but I don't want to crucify his name. He's in India. Senuka. I got Senuka, who is a social media guru, brought him on board, and he had to
Okay.
optimize all our social media platforms. So we're saying the same thing. We came up with different programs and structures, YouTube and all that. And we also set up an office in what they call it in China
China,
with
yeah.
Yakubu, so we put all these things in place. Now people don't see that. Because I'm talking to those people who end up comparing themselves with other people. You don't see all that when I'm doing that.
No.
And then we're making what? 300 to 500, 300 to 500,000 a month. But we had to put all those things in place preparing for 2023. Now, when everybody was in place, we started doing marketing. We pay for marketing like crazy. Then December, January, boom.
Yes.
The money started coming. Now, somebody sees that and like, oh, I want to be like this guy. You cannot be like me. I have taken the whole of last year, maybe like the 2 quarters of last year, to do all these things that I just told you. Up to my social media, hire some very, very good people. She's expensive. She's freaking expensive. Hire people like this. Hire, what's the lady that is handling our website?
Tracy.
Tracy works remotely. Hire Janine. Hire, what's this guy's name that you just showed on the screen? Mike. Mike is from the other. So you put all these things together as your ingredient, and what you're looking for as the output is success. But people don't see this. Now all they see is, oh, Black Mentor, he's making money. They don't see where you're coming from. So if you're out there, there is a process. There's a process that every single person has to go through. You don't have to compete with me. You don't have to compete with the next person. There was a time I didn't have a boat. I didn't die. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was a time I didn't even have a car.
That's true.
When I came to the United States 2018, I was driving a car that was $900. Just picture how a $900 car is.
And now you have a fleet.
Let's not get into that. I don't want to be braggadocious here, So you got to go through that, because these are some of the things that put people in positions where they become depressed. They feel like, and they start attacking each other, start having unnecessary, unhealthy competition.
Yes.
And start, some people feel like if I drag you down, then I'm going to go up. Or if I put off your light, then my light is going to come up. These are all the unrealistic things that they do, or, that they put themselves through. So, if you're watching out there, you need to put these things in check. There is a process. It took us 8 years. It took us 7 years to get here.
Yes.
And not a cheap 7 years, because you can actually do 7 years and decide to do it on your own. It's been 7 years of investment, paying for the best coaches in America.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, paying for the best coaches in America. I had to go and pay and connect myself with the best. And this is not bragging. This is
You're
what
still
we do.
doing that.
And
not
I'm still doing that this year.
Not had to.
Hey
Still
guys,
doing it.
this year I have paid $40,000 for coaching.
Yeah.
I paid Mike Slade. He's gonna kill me. I paid Mike Slade. Mike Slade used to be a friend with Steve Jobs.
Oh.
The guy that has what they call it, the phone.
Apple.
Yeah. I used to work with him in Microsoft or what
Apple.
In Apple before he died. This guy is a billionaire. I had to pay him $10,000 for coaching this year. Okay, I have paid for coaching with what is his name? The guy that became my board member, Adam Coffey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to pay coaching with Adam Coffey.
Yep.
Let's not talk about the board coming on the board. I had to pay him $10,000 just to talk to him one-on-one. I had to pay JT Fox. You think it's free to talk to JT Fox, my friend? No. You have to pay for these things. You always have to work hard. Yes, make the fugu and pay these people so they can show you the next level. So it is not free. I have invested $40,000. It's just the first quarter of 2023.
Yep.
Yeah.
In terms of education, so that I can know more, I can understand different things.
Yeah.
There's more coming.
There is more coming. So,
There's
but for
more
you
coming,
to get there, you need to first and foremost invest in yourself, because what you have is what you can give. You cannot give what you don't have. So, last question, that's the thing when you meet successful people, the conversation is always long.
Always.
Because there's just so much. But just picture what she's going to come with at the event.
I can't wait. So one of the big things that you look on. Yes, this is the last question. One of the big things that you really focus on is self-care. And we're talking about building wealth and investing into yourself and investing knowledge. How do you get over the guilt of spending that money on self-care? Like, that's a mental struggle. saying, I'm going to
Yeah.
put this on my self-care.
And I'm sorry to say, it is very, very common with women not putting money on themselves. I'm
Yes,
sorry to say.
you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
No,
I
you're not
knew
wrong.
that because, sorry, I knew that because I did a survey on our social media with Senuka.
Mhm.
59% men are the ones
Mhm.
who are paying all this monies to get a coaching. Where are the women? I need to come out like, hey, ladies, did I offend you? Come on, bring the fugu. Let's
It's
teach
true,
you how to
but
make
it's
money.
true though.
So I
Yeah.
noticed that women,
Mhm.
or some
Mm.
women, I don't want to generalize, some
Yeah.
women don't actually put money to make them to improve in
Yeah.
themselves. I
Mhm.
think to some extent, some women, because I don't want them to come after me. Some women
Mhm.
feel like, oh, the guy is there. If I meet a guy, I get married, he's gonna take care of me, blah blah blah, whatever, or I'm dating a guy, he's gonna make things available. So they don't go ahead to take the risk to put money or
Mm.
invest in themselves,
Mm.
and it ends up putting them
Yeah.
in a position where they're lacking a lot. So
Absolutely. So how do you get
Yeah.
over that guilt?
yeah, how do you get over
So,
it?
so I, because now I see that it's a necessity. It's all about saving me from collapse. I think many people are pretty used to treatments rather than prevention. Self-care is a form of self-love. And if you put it that way, people understand it. When I was ill, I had to go to a health retreat in the UK. It was a bit costly. And I remember when I was struggling not to go, my sister said to me, but you put that on a week. So when you've been down in the hole, it's easier for you to appreciate self-care. No guilt there at all. No guilt there at all. I spend I do not I spend a lot on fitness. I'm 66. I'm a public figure. I'm a keynote speaker. I have to also look good.
You
And
look
looking good feels,
25.
Right.
you know, so it takes a lot of effort.
You
When
didn't
people
hear what I
stop me and
said.
say,
I said
"Oh,
you look
Auntie,
25.
that's it. We won't tell anybody the real age." So when people stop me and say, "You look so well," it takes a lot of effort. I swim, I go biking, and I go on walks. So I make sure, and I swim as well. So, and then also I don't wait for my body to tell me that I'm about to crash. I take time off completely and decide that I want to do the things I love. And the things I love also come with a sense of adventure, travel. And it's no longer, it's not, when I travel, it's not luxury. It's me needing a break. It's my body saying to me, you know what? And when you live where we live, man,
I know.
when we live
I
where
know.
we live, you're inside a pressure cooker. So not to get to that place where you start seeing fumes coming out of your head, you have to take time off. So when my body tells me like you need a break, I travel. And it's not really getting on the plane and going to Europe or America. There are several resorts here. It's a resort called Lakaway. So that's where we were on Valentine's Day. So I
Yeah.
take time out for myself.
I
I
saw
don't
you on
really think
Valentine's Day and I was jealous. I was like, look, I'm busy working. She's busy chilling. Right?
yeah, so I really do take time off, and then I don't feel guilty if, for instance, I can say to myself, next week I'm not doing anything, but I'm just going to take care of myself, go swimming, go for a massage, go for a facial, things I love. I think it's very important that we connect with our inner essence. What are those things that give you joy? We need to connect. Sometimes I just randomly go out to have tea. I have tea in my house, but there's something beautiful about seeing other people and connecting. And I'm very big on networking. So going out there, traveling, taking care of myself, fitness, exercises, all the things that I know would help with my longevity and will help with my mind and my body. I do not skimp on those. And most importantly, sleep is very, very important. Your body needs to rest.
Shut up.
those people who are always boasting, oh, I sleep 4 hours,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
sleep
yeah,
five
yeah,
hours,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
survive on
yeah,
5 hours.
yeah, yeah.
One day your body is going to tell you.
I'm among those people. Guilty, guilty. But I still sleep like 6 hours. I mean, I'm not among those people who sleep 4 hours.
Quality
I
6
sleep.
hours.
I sleep. If I am in Wisconsin, I go to bed 8 o'clock and I wake up 2 o'clock. You know. The thing is, I think for now my body has accepted for me to sleep 6 hours. Maybe by the time I have 5 of Keem, running everything,
Mm.
I'm going to sleep more. But the truth of the matter is, we still
Yeah,
got to make the fugu.
That's right.
But one thing that I
yeah,
did
no,
was, I think it was 2020, 2021.
yeah,
I really took my health very seriously. Like, I'm on
yeah,
medication.
hmm,
Like I said, I got juiced up
yeah,
recently. I have medications. I exercise. Did you
hmm.
see the video I did the other day? I was exercising in the snow like a military guy. Go on my page.
I saw the video of you rapping
Yeah.
though.
Rap. Oh, please. That was just me entertaining my kids. When I'm
Without the
home,
chain.
that's another thing. When you are home, you have to find ways to keep the Black mentor out of the house.
That's right.
I always find ways, and I have daughters. I have to find ways to entertain my kids. So sometimes I just go to
That's very
Amazon,
important.
I see something that's going to entertain us
Mhm.
at home, and I buy it. And we're talking, and my kid was going. She saw the big chains. I'm like, okay, let's do some rap competition.
Mhm.
So I also
Yeah,
use that to just keep myself going, and they like beat. My
of
kids have grown
course.
up to be comfortable with video or the lens. So yeah,
It's
so that
very,
that was what I was doing.
yeah,
But I
it's very,
exercise. Like, I feel very, very great. But of course, at the end of the day,
yeah,
it is God that gives us life. And I want to appreciate you for coming. You have
yeah.
given more
Mhm.
than what we anticipated. You see what I posted this morning?
Mm-hmm,
I posted it because of her. I said, over promise, over deliver.
Absolutely.
Because she over promised me. She's
Yeah,
like, when I come on your show, I'm going to kick ass. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's do this.
She kicked ass.
And now she gave us
yeah,
200%. I know how to
yeah.
suck it out from them. Like, yeah. And you know what? That's what we're going to be doing at the Africa America Wealth Conference coming up on the 29th
I
September
cannot,
to the 1st of
yeah,
October.
yeah,
I have great
yeah,
speakers from all over
hmm,
the world. You can see her right there in the middle,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? So
hmm,
I want to thank
yeah.
you
Look at me.
and appreciate you for coming
Yeah,
out and speaking your truth without holding back. And
yeah,
I'm telling you, this whole discussion is going to change the lives of a lot of people. And if
yeah,
you're there watching us right now, let us know if you've learned something. Go on the comment section. Let us know if you've learned something.
mm,
And of course, those who are going to be
yeah,
watching the restreaming or watching it online later, Facebook,
yeah,
YouTube, LinkedIn, drop a message. Let us know
yeah,
what you've learned. But I want to tell you, ma'am,
yeah.
we appreciate you, and you are just amazing.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank
I'd
you
like
very
to leave
much.
on
Yes.
this
Well,
note.
I want
I'd
to
like to
say
say
last words
something
before you
before I
leave.
go. Yes, it's very important that setting boundaries is a form of self-care. Setting boundaries is a form of self-care. It's very important that people set boundaries. You cannot do everything. So learn to say no. A lot of people do not know when to say no. It's very important to set boundaries because people can come into your life and suck all your positive energy from you. So define boundaries, set boundaries for your health and for your success. Very
And I
important.
think, and I want to
Thank
add
you very
this.
much.
Talking about boundaries, I learned
Yeah,
that in
yeah,
2021 when
yeah.
my what do you call it? My time schedule was crazy. People would just come and just call in my
Hmm,
phone, and so you know what I did? I told my secretary, I said, Jenny,
yeah.
go and create a calendar. If you chat me
Hmm,
on social media or you chat, I don't run all my social medias. Kim is the one that runs
hmm.
Facebook. Sanuka runs something. Somebody runs
Yeah.
Twitter. But I love Instagram.
Oh yes. No one's touching
No
Instagram.
one
Yeah.
is touching
No
my
one is touching
Instagram. That
Instagram.
one is for me because I can just go on Instagram and do what I want to do.
I
So
know.
people chat me
And
there a
you can be
lot.
yourself.
Yeah, people chat me there a lot. But the moment you talk, I don't even answer you. I just give you a link. Go and book an appointment. You book an appointment. You put in your email. You put in your phone number and you get into the calendar. And there's no space for the calendar this week. We do it next week or we do it next month. I don't care. So when
Yeah,
you leave like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you have a space. And I always put my meetings from 12 o'clock downwards. You cannot catch me 10 o'clock in the morning, It's for this special people
Me too.
and other people in the office. I set up my appointments from 12 going downwards. That is when you can catch me enter because it's a free call. Yeah. And I got to do it when I'm available. And sometimes too, I don't even show up for the call. I tell them reschedule because the truth of the matter is all days are not equal. There are days you're going to wake up feeling like a superstar, like a hero, like Superman. And there are days you're going to wake up feeling like a slut and you don't want to move. And another thing that I did that maybe might help somebody, now I don't go to office on Mondays. On Mondays, I work, but I work from home. So I take my time when everybody's hustling and bustling and I just stay at home. I work from home, still catch myself, feel good. Then when I come on Tuesday, I have my morning meetings. I come to my show and my week starts on Tuesdays all the way to Friday. Because the real hustle is making enough for goo so you can pay people to do the work. That's the real hustle. And she's freaking expensive. She's freaking expensive. They can do the work. I can sleep. I have hustled for the last 7 years.
That's right. I've been hustling for 42 years. So
I
know. So now she's got to take all that stuff away from me and go make the food. I have the connections. I have the fugu. I have the network.
Yeah.
So it's not really big work for you.
No, it's not. It's not terrible.
And I also do.
But I better run when he says.
I do all the brain work.
Yeah,
okay. So with that being said, amazing show today. I want to thank you, as we call her in Africa, Auntie Betty. Bravo. Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
I respect your work.
Thank you for having me.
You're an amazing person, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mental health awareness is a huge topic.
Bye now. Take care.
And very soon. She's gonna when she comes to the United States, you're gonna meet her in person.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I absolutely
So guys, that is the show for today. We have gone beyond time. You know why? Because we always overpromise and always overdeliver. We've gone like 26 minutes. Oh no, like 10 more minutes more.
Oh, 9.
10. We're good. Okay. I know the producer is gonna be rolling his eyes like, guys, get off the studio. What are you still doing there? You gotta go home. But I don't care.
Right.
So guys, it's been an amazing day. See you in Indiana.
In Indiana on Thursday. 12 to 3. Cincinnati on Friday.
Facebook. Go there. You can sign up. There's a link to RSVP on my Instagram. You can RSVP. Show up there. There's gonna be some amazing stuff for you. Information. And of course, sign up for the bootcamp. We are ready for you. The question is, are you ready?
That's right. Bring a friend.
Bring a friend.
To Indianapolis.
And bring your enemies too.
He shares his mentors. You have to share yours.
Yeah. Tell your enemies as well. Bring your friends. Tell your enemies so they don't make the fugu alone. Okay? Right. And on that note today, I think we've had an amazing show.
Agreed.
We've learned a lot. I'm going to be sleeping more. If I can.
We'll see.
On that note, we're going to end to this show. Remember that your best days are always ahead and never behind. And what do we say? Boom, boom, boom.